Good morning, soldiers. Today we take an interesting turn in the week of the Scar and head back in time to Modern Warfare 2 to check out the Scar H there. Oh man, what a wild ride this was, guys. Going back to Modern Warfare 2, my channel wasn't even around when Modern Warfare 2 came out. But man, did I play the crap out of this game. And it was so weird going back to it. It was like something happened to my eyes. I was like, oh my god, what is this? But at the same time, it was awesome because it brought back like all these memories, good and bad. I remember playing this game so much, like all night, just playing it for like 24 hours straight, and then going to work the next morning with just bloodshot eyes. Like everyone thought I had pink eye. I couldn't explain why my eyes were so bloodshot because I didn't blink for 24 hours. Now, Modern Warfare 2 wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. It had its issues, especially with balances and glitches and the like, just like with every other Call of Duty. But this one pushed the series forward for me in so many different ways, and it continues just to be a great experience when I look back on it. So going to play it again, it brought up a lot of the frustrations that I had, but it also brought up a lot of things that I loved about it. And the Scar H is definitely one of them. This is like one of the first assault rifles that you saw in multiplayer, and a lot of people just really got attached to it because of its sheer accuracy. Which is kind of weird, because as I went back and I took more look at the detail of this weapon, I did notice that it is the close quarters variant, just like in Battlefield 3. But unlike in Battlefield 3, you don't see the increased recoil because of the smaller barrel, but you do see the increased damage of the 7.62 round because this thing absolutely packs a punch. That's what people really loved about it. I mean, it was effective in close quarters because it did pack one hell of a punch, and then you were accurate enough to take down people at a range. And I remember there was a few things I found weird about that, because as I said from the very beginning, even with the first Scar H video that I did on Friday of last week, where I was doing the Scar H in Black Ops 2, I said that when you fire a battle rifle in fully automatic mode, you are looking at some significant recoil, because the 7.62 round packs a hell of a punch, and it also gives a really nice recoil. Even when you fire it in semi-automatic, firing it in fully automatic, you are not going to see the accuracy that you see in this game, or any of the other games if you ask me. Even in Battlefield 3, you wouldn't see the accuracy that's portrayed. 7.62 rounds are definitely meant to be fired as semi-automatic, unless like you have it mounted or it's bipoded for some reason. And that's kind of what perplexes me about the Scar H CQC, especially because it is successful with Special Forces. It is what they prefer over, let's say, the Scar L CQC. Because everything that I've learned about the 7.62 and everything that I have come to know about battle rifles doesn't tell me that it's something that I would choose for a close quarters scenario. So here you have this carbine battle rifle, and it seems a little awkward to me, because when I think of a battle rifle, I think of weapons like the FAL or even the Garand, the M1A, the M14. I don't think of weapons that are meant to be fired in fully automatic up close. So it wouldn't be an accurate weapon, but it would definitely be something that I would want to try out. I mean, just to put myself in that mindset. I think it would be kind of awesome to pack that much of a punch up close. And it's obviously effective in some way because, like I said, it is successful with Special Forces. So considering how accurate this thing is in Modern Warfare 2, I'm not sure if they meant for this to be the close quarters variant or not. You see tremendous range with this weapon. Now, I do applaud them for using the 20-round magazine. That's something they didn't get right in Black Ops 2. Two different developers, they approached it in two different ways, but they used the same design for the magazine, the appropriate design for the magazine. And Black Ops 2 magically holds 30 rounds, and this one holds the appropriate 20 rounds. But aside from that, it's really interesting to take a look at both of these weapons in both games by two different developers, because you start to see how game mechanics affect how a weapon is portrayed and how popular it's going to be. The time to kill in Modern Warfare 2 is ridiculously low. I mean, it didn't matter if you were using, a pistol, whatever weapon you decided to use, you could kill somebody with that weapon in like less than a second. I mean, it was ridiculous how quickly you could kill people in Modern Warfare 2. So when it came to people choosing the weapons that they were going to use, it really came down more to accuracy, which weapons were more accurate. That's why weapons like the TAR-21 and the ACR were tremendously popular. So in Modern Warfare 2, the Scar H was much more effective at close range. Now I do understand, this is the close quarters variant, but all that means is that it has a shorter barrel. And that's just going to give you more mobility, and you may fire a little bit better from the hip. But it was more because of the game mechanics in Modern Warfare 2, to where you could kill somebody so quickly. It was effective in close quarters. You just needed like a quick couple bullets and boom, they were dead. Whereas in Black Ops 2, the Scar H does suffer at close range. And I'm not sure if it's because you kill people a lot slower or what, but it's very painfully obvious when you go against somebody with an SMG that you are outmatched when it comes to close quarters combat. So I think the Scar H is a really good example to show off how game mechanics have everything to do with how a weapon is portrayed and what role it's going to fit within that game. In any case, though, the Scar H was very popular in Modern Warfare 2. It's definitely one of my favorite assault rifles, and it saw a tremendous amount of popularity in first-person shooters from here on out. I mean, it's not like this was the first time that the Scar was featured in the game. I mean, it was featured in Battlefield 2. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but when the Special Forces expansion pack came out, they had the first generation model in that game. And it's also seen a tremendous amount of popularity in the Ghost Recon series. It's been featured in pretty much every Ghost Recon game since 2006, which is more than you think. But I can tell you that since being featured in Modern Warfare 2, it has been in pretty much every popular first-person shooter since then. And for good reason. It's a great platform. I mean, if you haven't learned that from this week, if not anything else, I've not been doing my job correctly. I mean, there's a reason that I chose this weapon, to be featured for an entire week on my channel, because it's an outstanding platform, and it's just been featured in so many different games and portrayed differently in so many different games. I thought it would be something very interesting for you guys to finally just dig your teeth into and learn about, so that when you see it in the future, you can say, hey, they didn't do this right, or you know what, hey, they could have done this better with this weapon. But you're going to have so much of a familiarity with the weapon and the platform that I think it's going to help you in game. I mean, and that's something that I'm a firm believer in. The more you know about these weapons in real life, the better you're going to do with them in game, because these developers, they look at that. When they're thinking, all right, we need a mid-range rifle. We need a weapon that's going to perform good in mid-range. Let's use the Scar. And then they take a look at the Scar in real life. And this is getting more progressive as games move forward. They're looking at the real-life features of these weapons, to actually taking them out to the range and translating their features in-game. So the more you know about it in real life, the better you're going to do in the game, especially moving forward. But I think that's going to be it for this video, guys. And this is also going to be the last video in the week of the Scar. I know I still have one day left, but I've done 5 videos on the Scar now, guys, in multiple different games, and I'm ready to move on to a different platform. And I'm sure you guys are too. What I want you to take away from this, though, is that the Scar is an outstanding platform. It is very versatile. You're going to see a lot of different variants in games in the future. But I think moving forward, you're going to know enough about it to judge it for yourself. And that's the entire point. And hopefully it makes you a little bit better at the game along the way. But that's all I have for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the week of the Scar. Also in the comment section, be sure to give me some of your final thoughts on the Scar and the Scar platform. And let me know what videos you'd like to see next as far as weapon reviews. But that's all I have for this. This is Sergeant Merrill, out here.